Matthew 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Matthew 24 and verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Shabbat Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, preaching this word truthfully and sincerely. And Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And Shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And I say Shabbat Shalom to your Akim out there. And this is a quick sit-down lesson through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua on this May the 30th, 2022, 4:21 p.m. Central Standard Time, on this Monday afternoon, on this Shabbat. And the title of this sit-down lesson is going to be Rumors of Wars / The Love of Many Shall Wax Cold. And I'm going to bring out some news articles of the scriptures that I just brought out to go along with it, And this first article right here, this was recently, and it's from RT.com. This was published on May the 30th, 2022. And the highlight of this news article, and it reads, Taiwan claims major Chinese warplane incursion. The island republic, which China considers part of its territory, has said it was the largest such movement since January. Taiwanese Air Force jets scrambled to intercept some 30 Chinese military aircrafts as they entered the island's air defense zone. The authorities in Taipei reported on Monday. According to the Taiwanese Defense Ministry, 22 of those planes were fighter jets, with the rest made up electronic warfare, early warnings, and anti-submarine aircraft. And it says the Chinese Air Force squadron approached Taiwanese control pressurized island in the northern part of the South China Sea. Though situated around 450 kilometers, 280 miles away from Taiwan proper, the islands and the waters surrounding it are part of Republic's so-called Air Defense Identification Zone, which is the ADIZ. It's not to be confused with the Republic narrow airspace, as well as sending its combat jets to the area. Taipei said it has also activated its missile defenses, which monitoring the incoming aircraft. Taiwan military officials described the incursion as the largest of its kind since January the 23rd of this year, when 39 Chinese aircraft crossed into the ADIZ. Beijing has yet to comment on the latest incident. Previously, the Chinese government has described similar episodes as drills aimed at protecting the country's sovereignty. It says Taiwan, which China considers to be part of its territory, has registered an uptick in the numbers of the incursions conducted by Beijing's Air Force and Navy over the past 2 years. Taipei described such actions in nothing short of gray zones warfare, apparently aimed to both wear out the island's military, whereas test its defense. Just last week, China announced that its military carrying out drills in the vicinity of Taiwan, described them as a solemn warning to Taipei against its collision with the United States. So yeah, after reading that, they seemed like it was, I believe, a plane incursions, because I believe they was monitoring the activities, what's going on over there in the South China Sea. Because this was mentioned not too long ago about I seen a report. I'll say it was almost close to a month ago. I seen this on it was on a Saturday night, I believe. As soon as I came home from camp, I seen this report about the South China Sea was patrolling the areas in that region, and then I believe Taipei, they was monitoring the situation, and and I believe the Chinese and the Beijing, they was monitoring the situations and patrolling the areas in that South China Sea, and I believe they was interviewing a guy. He was a local there, and he was saying he was feeling kind of unaware of the situation. You know, I believe he was, I think he was a native of that island over there in the South China Sea. I don't know if he was Chinese or from Taipei, I believe, but he was feeling kind of the idea, because I believe he's a fisher. He sails the sea over there, and he was saying he had the Chinese and Beijing patrolling the areas over there. So that shows you signs of activities. You're seeing a lot of activities down there in the South China Sea. You got Beijing down there, you got China, their military aircraft and stuff like that. Then you got the United States down there as well too, along with Japan and China as well too. So that goes to show you the increase of these wars, rumors of wars in that region down there, and it's gonna I don't know, some might continue to intensify in that situation, That's how I was just bringing this news article, and that correlates to in the book of Matthew 24 and verse 6, of these nations stirring up against one another, because I believe China still look at Taipei as one of their as part of their country, and they're gonna do whatever their best to protect the sovereignty of under Taipei, I believe. But at the same time, you have the United States is a protection and ally with Taipei, just in case of China trying to interfere and trying to make some moves against Taipei. Then you got the United States to back up Taipei, so you got a lot of tensions going on down there. And then you got Beijing down there as well too, along with Japan. You got the United States, China, Beijing, Taipei. So you got a lot of activities going on down there in the South China Sea, and it's gonna further build up. It's gonna escalate to more tensions and increasing. And that's in the book of Matthew 24 and 6. The nation shall rise against nations, and the kingdom against kingdoms. You should hear wars and rumors of wars, and that's what we're hearing right now, And I'm gonna bring out this other article mentioned about the book of Matthew 24 and 12. because the iniquity shall abound and love of many shall wax cold. And I'm going to bring out this last article and I'm going to close out the sit-down lesson. And this case happened recently, I believe it was on a Friday. And this news article, this is from the New York Post. This was posted on May the 29th, 2022 by David Proper at 9:27 p.m. Eastern Time. And the highlight of this news article that reads from the New York Post, Michigan mom and 3 kids fatally shot. Cops hide the father. It says 3 children and their mother were shot dead, and the cops believe the father is a suspect, according to the Michigan authorities. Coastal County Sheriff Brian Miller told the MLive.com that the evidence suggests that the husband was responsible for the deaths of his children and the wife, though he didn't go through any further details. Saturday, deputies discovered the woman and kids dead at the man injured with a gunshot wound to his head when they respond to a call Friday afternoon of a man with a gun and firing and shots fired, according to the county sheriff's office. The 4 family members died from gunshot wounds, and police said the man was rushed to the area hospital. Seemed like kind of seemed like a murder-suicide attempt after he killed. Now they saying he's the potential suspect because they called to the area where shots were fired, and then I guess they kind of found out that he might have did it and had the gun in his hand, took out his wife and the kids as well too. And it says the 4 families had died from gunshot wounds. The man was rushed to the area hospital. We have a very tight-knit community, and Coastal Miller told the MLive.com, there's no better place I would rather raise my kids at, meant to say. And it says an investigation is underway. With first responders, almost everyone at the scene had children of their own. I can tell you, they took it very hard, Miller reportedly said. It says ABC 13 that the woman killer. It says that the woman killed was her mother, 40 years old, and the 3 children. Half siblings was 6 years old, and one was 4 years old, and the other was 3 years old. And I believe this is I guess this female right here, she was probably she was mourning the loss of her family members, And she's saying on her TikTok right here, she says, please, please, please hold your family close and do not take them for granted. You never know what could have happened. Yeah, she right about that, because we are living in a time of, as I brought it out, Matthew 24:12, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, and she right about that, because we are living in those times. It's going to get rid of continual evil spirits out here in the world, I believe, like I mentioned before, it's going to have evil spirits out here. People going to wax cold and cold towards one another. It's going to further increase more and more and more in these last days, because we are living in the signs of the times. Like the scripture says in the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 1, in the last days, perilous times should come. We're definitely living in those times, And she said, I am total shock. I am so devastated. She said the wounded man is her stepdad. Oh, so that was her stepdad. Okay, so that must have been a sister right here. A the siblings. And she said, I am in total shock. I am devastated. She said the wounded man is her stepfather, Charles Gilbert. Authorities have yet to release the name of those involved. In Salisbury, I believe that's her name, if I pronounced her name right, also posts several videos on TikTok grieving of the loss of her family members. In the video stating, I will find a way to speak before you die in prison. You disgusting, sicking thing, she stated. Salakia for a second. Yeah.
I was busting one fucking head, then what? Hey, let me use your cords, I'll come back.
Oh, charge cord?
Yeah, I'll bring it back. I'm gonna go grab cord for that. Y'all, I should just start smoking crack, man. Goddamn, I can go tell man, we can go on the low and I can get me a motherfucking QP. Get that little glass pipe, put some Toy Boy in that motherfucker and smoke that. What the fuck? Woo! Give me a goddamn needle and stick my goddamn arm with that.
Salakia about that. My brother was joking around. But anyways, I'm gonna continue on with this news article. Salisbury also posted several videos on TikTok grieving of the loss of her family members, and one video stating, I will find a way to speak to you before you die. I guess that's the stepfather that did that to the woman that he was dating, and the kids as well too, So he might be the prime suspect in this case, I guess the authorities still got to further go into the investigation. So the sibling of the ones that I believe that was she was related to the woman and the kids as well too, and she's saying this her stepdad, and then she said she's gonna confront him before he died. I guess she might meet him at the hospital, And I'm gonna read it again. She says, also posts several videos on the TikTok grieving the loss of her family members, and one video stating, I will find a way to speak to you before you die in prison, you disgusting, sickening thing, according to the Daily Mail. Continuing on with the reading. Morley Stanwood Community Schools Superintendent Roger Cole said one of the victims went to the district elementary school in a letter to the community Saturday. How it happened, why it happened is not the focus of this letter. He wrote, the loss of a life is always difficult. But when that loss is tragic, Salakia, and the senseless is much more harder to deal with. So yeah, that goes to show you, hey, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, because even though we're so used to accustomed hearing these things in the news, but you're starting to see that it's increasing more and more and more, that people that be in these relationships, and then the relationship might not turn right. It might not turn right like it's supposed to be. When the relationship turns sour, turn cold. As I brought it out of the introduction of this lesson, because of iniquity shall abound, the continual increase of iniquity shall abound, and the love of many shall wax cold out here. And it's going to continue of people out here waxing cold and cold more than ever towards one another. It can be sometimes towards the family members, or somebody outside in public, or at a grocery store, or on the job, or in public, or it can be anywhere within your inner circle or your outer circle. Because, these are the times, these are the increase of crazy perilous times that we are living in. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. And first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash. Double honors to the elders apostles, a great millstone, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. Until next time, I will say Shabbat Shalom in the Bible.